Hello, my chicas. Hey, my beauties. Hey, my glow queens. I hope everybody is good this evening. I hope everybody is having a good day thus far. Happy Thursday. Happy Thankful Thursday. It is me. It is Angela Wilkerson. I am your EBO, your Executive Beauty Officer of Lovejoy Naturals. So today, my beauties, we will be talking about eczema versus psoriasis. Now, this is research that I did maybe a couple of years ago, and I'm reading from those particular notes. So some of this may have changed. So by all means, please do your own research and see what you come up with. Maybe parallel that my information and your information will be similar. I just want to know, like who is suffering from this eczema, who is having some issues with their psoriasis. I know some people personally. I knew some kids back in the day when I had the daycare, and then I also know some adults that suffer with both. And we'll get to this a little later, but a couple of our body butters have helped with these particular issues. So anyway, we're going to jump right in. I am by no means a skin expert. I am by no means a dermatologist. I am just here to tell you and just give you the information that I have researched. And like I said, by all means, please do your own research and do what your doctor, your dermatologist ask you to do. Okay, so with that being said, let's get it cranking. Okay, so I'll be looking down because I don't want to take for granted that I know all of these notes, even though I studied them about 20 or so minutes ago, and I was just looking over it and stuff. But anyway, so here we go, y'all. Let's see. Eczema. Let's say it gets inflamed from the itching and the scratching. And yes, I do know that. Like I said, I've seen that happen on some of my friends or relatives personally. It says the skin gets discolored and it's red and it's dry. So you guys, if you're watching a replay, because if you don't see the red sign that says live, then you are watching a replay. And please hashtag replay and comment and chime in, because this is a subject that I really want to know more about on a first-hand basis, like somebody that's really going through this. Like I said, so we can kind of bounce ideas, and I can, talk to some other people about what they could do to help them out according to what you guys share with me. So anyway, gonna keep going. Yes, the skin gets discolored and it's red and dry. Then it also says it blisters and it crusts. A crust forms sometimes. Now I'm talking about eczema. We'll get to the psoriasis when I finish all the information on the eczema. Okay, so far we have that it gets inflamed from the itching and the scratching. Because I see, some people, especially the kids, they have it in like the creases of their elbows, the creases of their knees, it's by their ankles. So like it, and I can tell they are miserable, like really, really miserable. So it says the skin gets discolored and it's red and dry. Yes, definitely have seen that. It blisters and it forms a crust sometimes. It also means the same thing as dermatitis. That is another name for it when it gets inflamed. And I've seen where it's like kind of swollen and it gets really itchy. And I know those people that are suffering with it, they try not to like really dig in it and scratch it, because that just really makes it worse. And they just want some comfort. Like I said, I've seen the people suffering from this, okay? Research says that it is hereditary and it is atopic, which means it comes on the top of the skin, like we can see it. And a lot of people, bless their hearts, they cover up their skin even in the warmer and the hot months, because they don't want nobody to see it, they don't want to be judged, or people thinking it's contagious. So I totally get it. Let's see. Topic of the skin. It is most common in kids. I said that when I had my daycare, I had about 5 or 6 kids that suffer with this, and the parents were putting the cream in the book bags and I was applying it. However, they were telling me that the doctor told them to apply it on the daily. So I have seen it, y'all. Yes, I have. So most common in kids, but it comes back as an adult. Because I know one little girl that was in my daycare, when her mom picked her up, she was taking her to get put in this, some kind of chamber, what is it called, bariatric chamber. I can't quite remember. This has been years ago, y'all, like years and years. That little girl, she's a woman now. She done graduated college and gone by her life. but I think she outgrew hers. And I told her I was so glad for her, really glad for her, because when we used to go to the swimming pool, she couldn't really get in the water because the chlorine were irritated, and it was just bad. It was awful, y'all. Okay, so with that being said, there is not a cure, but it can be managed, like I said, with the topical creams, steroid creams that the doctors provide, or if it's something over the counter, the dermatologist or the doctor may prescribe. So, I've heard that, it has worked for a while, and then it may stop, and then, but anyway, let's move on. Let's see, managing eczema. The skin needs a lot of moisture, because you want to keep the skin pliable. You don't want it to get so dry where it does get like those little cracks, because if you think about it being in like the creases of your elbow, like that's gotta hurt once that skin stretches and the cracks, and I can just imagine. Okay, so you want to combat the dryness and the irritation. It says coconut oil is great, jojoba oil is great. Because the jojoba oil is the same as the natural oils. It's a natural sebum that we already secrete anyway, especially in our hair and in our scalp. That's why we don't need a lot of oil in our hair. So more so like a wax. So be mindful of certain foods that can trigger your flare-ups. Like once you figure that out, like you want to stay away from those foods or those drinks, because it may be the sugar, it may be a certain ingredient like soy, may contribute to the flare-ups. And so once you figure out what it is, once you weed that out, stay away from it if you don't want, those flare-ups. Okay. Let's see. Be mindful of soaps, detergents that can trigger the flare-ups, that penetrate the skin, because you're washing your clothes in these detergents. And then when you wear the clothes, it's rubbing against your skin. So there you go with the flare-ups. And it probably starts, I'm not sure, I'm just saying, it probably starts from like a slight little itch, and then before you know it, you just scratching like the whole area, and then it probably feel like it's moving around your whole body. I don't know. Like I said, please comment if you are experiencing this, or if you've seen it up close and personal. Okay, so it says, let's see, some other remedies is to rub honey on the area, raw honey. Supposedly speeds up the process. If the skin is broken, chamomile tea helps, and an oatmeal bath to dry up the areas. Because like I said, if it's inflamed or some pus and all of that, that's when you want to dry that area. But you don't want all of your skin to be dry. You want to dry that area enough so that it is not inflamed, and it's not probably painful and itching. So yeah, just do your research and just see what works for you, what is not working. And like I said, by all means, go to your doctor, your dermatologist, and stay up on this, because eczema it's not a joke, y'all. Okay, so since I finished with all of that, I can now say that our Lovejoy Naturals offer 3 butters. We have our 3 butter body bang, which is like our #1 seller on our website. Our clients rave about it. I have one customer, her daughter suffered with eczema, like really, really bad. And she was just fed up with like the steroid creams that were not helping. And she was like, I just don't want to keep putting that on, her delicate skin. So she tried the 3 butter body bang. And that's been about 2 or 3 years now. And she swears by it, you guys. Like, she showed me pictures. Like, it has cleared up baby girl's skin, and like all is happy in the world. And I'm just so glad. And her skin is baby soft, y'all. When I do see her, I'm like, oh, your skin is so soft. So, that's just what we can offer to you. But like I said, you do what you have to do for your skin. I'm just letting you know that we are here for you as an alternative. If you want something natural, don't want the steroids on your skin or your kid's skin, we do offer that product. We have a 3 butter body bang. What's the other one? We have our mango butter, which is called More Than Mango. And we have our Lavish Luxe Day Night Moisturizer, which can be used all over the body. So that is just an option, just FYI. If you tried it all, nothing else has worked, what do you have to lose? And try Lovejoy Naturals products. So reach out to me about that. If you have questions, or go on our website at lovejoynaturals.com if you want to try either of those products. Okay. Let's see. I talked about the other remedies. Let's see. Oh, now we can move on and talk about the psoriasis. Okay, I've seen someone with this also, and I didn't know what it was at the time, but then the more I researched it, you know, when I'm formulating my products and just, you know, reading up and just trying to stay informed on a lot of beauty products, ingredients, and that kind of thing. And that's what I came across, the psoriasis. And I was like, oh, that's what that was. Okay. So with that being said, it is a chronic autoimmune condition. It's where the skin itself attacks the body. The cell buildup causes the scaling of the skin. And yes, I have seen that, you know, on a few people just being out and about. I don't think I know anyone personally with psoriasis, but now that I know what that is. Okay. It says the patches will sometimes crack and bleed. Have definitely seen that. I think I saw it on that show. What is it? Dr. Pimple Popper. She had a young lady to come in, actually a male and a female to come in with this exact problem right here. And I've seen that cracking and that bleeding, and they were just so pitiful. And I was just so glad she had something that could help them out. It says it happens when the skin production is sped up. It doesn't give the life cycle of the skin time to fall off. So it's almost like when your skin is trying to what's the word I'm looking for? Regrow itself. It's almost like when you see, like my grandson, my 9-year-old grandson, like his baby teeth were not coming out fast enough for the permanent teeth to start coming in. So his mouth was getting crowded. So I'm thinking this is like the same kind of scenario, like that old skin is not falling off fast enough for the new skin to come. So there you have that double skin. I hope that makes sense. Let's see. The buildup of the skin cells is the same as overproduction. So I think that's kind of what I said. Like it's just a lot of buildup. And so that's how you get like those thick patches, and then they started cracking and just wreak havoc on the skin. Okay. The scales on the skin develop on the elbows, on the knees, sometimes the hands, the feet, the neck, and the scalp. And I believe my niece has it around her hairline. If it's not, it's either eczema or psoriasis. I can't remember. But yeah, and she's irritated with it. She gets really irritated. She's like, oh my God. So I have seen that part around a person's scalp. And the symptoms differ with each person, and it is not contagious. Now again, ladies, like I said, this is research that I did like a couple of years ago. So you know how stuff changes over the years. Medications probably change. Some of the natural remedies have probably changed. So I just reiterate again, please do your own research. Please reach out to your doctor, your dermatologist, and get the help that you need and the help that you deserve. Because like, who wants to go through life just suffering like with our skin? It's like, it's enough stuff out here in the world to worry about. Enough stuff going on in our household, in our lives, on our jobs, in our businesses. So we really don't want to like take that pause for our skin being agitated, thus agitating us. Okay. So the triggers of psoriasis, it says stress. Reduce stress, or at least manage it the best that you can. And we all know, honey, that stress, it plays a role, honey. It rears its ugly head. We don't think we're stressed, but in actuality, when we just really think about what our body is going through, how it's reacting to certain things, and when you really sit back, you like, yep, that was that stress. Like your hair starts to thinning, or your edges start falling out. You may get some kind of alopecia. Stress is no joke, okay? It says heavy alcohol consumption. That's very interesting. Very interesting. Okay. An injury can cause flare-ups. I guess I can kind of see that. Like maybe if you've cut it or something, and that area has already been exposed to the psoriasis. So yeah, I can see that kind of flaring up. And some medications. I can definitely see that being one of the triggers. There is no cure, but treatment options exist. Okay, so that's why I say go to your doctors, your dermatologist, and get what you need. You can change your diet. You can reduce your fat. You can take in more protein reduce dairy and refined and processed sugar, which we know that wreaks havoc on a whole bunch of things going on in our body, honey. That processed food, which is the good stuff that we like, but our body is like, no, 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 no. Especially as we age, our body tell us a whole nother story. Our bodies will tell us how to treat it if we just take the time to listen. I am learning that, and I've been listening, honey, and I've been feeling good, looking good, and it makes a difference, y'all. Trust me, okay? And the last one is doctor prescribed medications, which is what I was just talking about. By all means, please see a professional. And, you know, like I said, if you have a few minutes, a little time on your hand, do some research. You know, if you're just tired of dealing with this, like, it's time to do something. You know, I know a lot of times we don't put ourselves first. We be like, I'll just, you know, keep the cream on it. I'll do the oatmeal bath, and which is good because that is part of your self-care. But then it's going to, you know, it just comes a time when you're like, I'm just sick and tired of being sick and tired, and I don't want to deal with this anymore. You know, so do what you need to do. Make some phone calls. Like I said, try some natural remedies. Do your research on that. See what you can mix together, probably already in your cabinet, your refrigerator or whatnot. Or, you know, there's a lot of stuff over the counter. You probably can ask your neighborhood pharmacist what it is that you can use. But just ask before you do, because we don't want to make none of these situations any worse, okay? But what I can say is what I said earlier, you know, we deserve so much better. We deserve not to be agitated on a daily with something that there's probably more help for now. You know, years ago, I mean, science, you know, and the studies, I mean, it's happening every day. So I'm sure there's probably like a plethora of other ways to help with the psoriasis and the eczema. But I know one way. It's Lovejoy Naturals, okay? So check us out. Our body butters are like extraordinary, okay? I brag on them all the time. Of course I will. I formulated them, okay? Again, if you have any questions, I am here for you. I may not know all the answers. Maybe I can do some research for you or with you. You know, I just want your skin to be excuse me, y'all. I want your skin to be the best that it can be. Like, we got one life to live on this earth, and I'd be doggone if it's going to be, you know, walking around here, like I said, being irritated and agitated and don't have the answers, don't have the resources. So, you know, we will have to take that time out to know if it's something that's really bothering us or just something that we want to just research just for FYI, then by all means do that. You know, we owe ourselves at least that much. Like, we are worth 5-10 minutes of research on something. If it's something we want to fix, it may not be your skin, it could be your car, it could be like a DIY, something you're working on in your house. Just take the time out to do the research and, you know, to make ourselves happy. That's what it's all about. It's about like that joy. We want it to exude, you know, out of us, and we can't do that when stuff is just bothering us, whether it's on our skin, it's in our hair, it's just, you know, in the vicinity of us. We just don't want that, okay? And we're not dealing with it if we don't have to, okay? Okay, my beauties. I hope y'all got some info out of that. I hope it was informative. I hope it's going to give you the wherewithal to, like I said, you know, just do some research. Know that you don't have to suffer anymore, because there is help out there. You know, you just got to find it. Ask somebody to ask somebody to ask somebody else, because you just never know. You know, you got people working in doctor's offices. They can maybe ask their physician, honey, and pass that information on to you. They may say, tell them to come in and I'll see them. You know, just do what you need to do, because I want us all to look good and feel good. I want your skin to thrive. I want it to glow. That is our right. It is our birthright to have the things that we want in this world, the things we want out of this world. It is innate for us to want and to need and desire, and that is okay. So with that being said, my glow queens, my chicas, my beauties, I'm going to be out of here. I'm going to leave you with all of this that I just talked about. Like I said, chime in, comment if there's something that you can add to what I've already said, because I don't like to make these videos too long, but usually when I get off, I'll be like, oh man, I forgot to mention that. So I'll mention it in another video, because, you know, 9 times out of 10, this is a business platform. So, you know, eventually it all just come together anyway. Okay. So I love you guys. I'm going to be out of here. I hope you like my hearts, my filter, because I love you. From Lovejoy Naturals. Bye, y'all.